If you live in Philly, you can win up to $50,000 just for getting vaccinated.
Yeah, the first drawing is Monday, but you only have until Sunday to enter, this first round. And our acting Philadelphia Health Commissioner, Dr. Cheryl Bettigole, joins us now. Hi, doctor.
Good morning.
I don't want to miss out. So what do I need to do? Because the first drawing is Monday. I got to get this done by Sunday. What do I do?
Get your first shot by Sunday.
I got my first shot. I got my second shot. So anybody
Beautiful.
who's been vaccinated all the way back months ago is eligible for
That's
this
right.
money, right?
Anybody who lives in Philadelphia who's 18 and over and has had at least one shot sometime before the end of the day Sunday. So if you haven't gotten vaccinated yet, you've got the weekend, and there's lots of places in the city to get your shot.
That's
Okay.
true. And then I've been seeing a lot of wording saying register. If you already have had your vaccination shots, do you still need to register, or you automatically put in whenever you get that shot?
So there's a residential database. So most people in the city, more than 1 million people, are already in that database. But if you want to make sure, you can just go ahead and sign up. And that way you know for sure you're in the database and your name could get chosen.
Okay, let's put that graphic back up, if you would, in the control room and show it over and over and over. So I go to phillyvacsweeps.com.
That's right.
Is it simple? Because I'm pretty dense sometimes, doctor.
It's simple. And, if you forget that website, you can just go to the health department's website. We've got a big banner up there, too, to direct people where to go. So, yeah, there are lots of ways to sign up for this.
Okay, we're looking at the poster. Explain the 6 1,000. You got 4 5,000. You got 250. Is that all on Monday?
Yeah, so there's going to be 3 separate drawings, and
Okay.
the first one is on Monday. So if you miss your chance this weekend to get vaccinated, it's still worth doing it because there's going to be 2 more drawings, July 5th and July 19th. But the first drawing, and you miss a third of your chances if you're not vaccinated by then. First drawing's on Monday.
Have you been noticing that this is, has it been a pretty good incentive for people who are on the fence? I have a shot at 50 grand.
So we're still looking at the numbers.
Yeah.
I think so, but we'll have to do a full analysis to see. And we're hoping for a big upswing. The weekend's a perfect time for people to get out and get vaccinated.
Well,
too.
people do stuff at the last second, so
that's true.
Sunday's
Of
going
course.
to be,
Sunday will
active.
be something. So where are we, though, with the latest numbers as far as percentage-wise with how many people are vaccinated in Philly?
So we are closing in. We're almost at 70%
Oh.
having had the first shot of adults. We're 69.8% of adults. 55.1% of adults are fully vaccinated. So that's great. It's not good enough, but it's real progress.
So there's a significant difference, sounds like. Is that people are just waiting to get their second shot, or are some people just not bothering to get the second one?
Well, it's a mix. So,
Okay.
you have to wait 3 or 4 weeks, depending on which vaccine you got to get that
True.
second dose. So some of that's what we're seeing in there. About 8% of people in Philadelphia and nationally have not returned for that second dose when they were due. And that's a group of people we want to really reach right now because of this Delta variant that we're seeing on the horizon.
Well, remind them why they need the second shot.
Sure. So, people have probably been hearing a little bit about the Delta variant, which is now 90% of cases in the UK. And there are 3 reasons that we're worried about this variant. It is significantly more infectious, so that's 60% more than what we used to call the UK variant, which we're now calling Alpha. It causes about twice the hospitalizations as the Alpha. And we're seeing it among young adults and hospitalizations among young adults. And in Philadelphia, young adults are our least vaccinated group. The good news is 2 vaccines. If you're fully vaccinated, it's very protective against the Delta variant. So we have a weapon in our hands right now, but we need to get everybody, over the edge and fully vaccinated.
Have you noticed, last year the flu cases went way, way down because we were wearing masks, we were washing our hands and stuff like that. And now we're not doing that so much. Have you seen an uptick in, I know it's not exactly flu season, but people with a common cold?
No, not a lot, but this is summer, and typically we would see that in the winter. And I know what you mean. I usually twice a year get a deep chest cough that's just miserable, and I didn't get it at all last year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I've also heard, and is this the thing? Someone had a theory that they're noticing a lot of people are getting sick just in general because we haven't been around people. We're not used to it with their masks off and the germs that are being spread back and forth. Is that what's happening too?
Well, there's a lot of euphoria right now. We've all been just alone and shut in our houses or shut in our workplaces and not able to do anything. And I think a lot of people are going out right now, which honestly is great. Our case rate is very, very low right now, and people should get out and have some joy in their lives. But it's still worth washing your hands, paying attention. If you're sick, you should still be staying home. All those things still apply. They were good advice before, they're good advice now.
Can I go back to the sweepstakes again? Not that I'm fixated on the $50,000, doctor, but what's this thing about certain zip codes?
Oh, sure. So we know in Philadelphia that vaccinations are not even across the city. And we have some areas of the city, some groups that are less vaccinated, where we just haven't, we've done a lot of outreach to those areas, but still we haven't gotten them as well vaccinated as other areas. So among those 20 lower vaccinated zip codes, we're selecting one for each drawing. That's going to be our key zip code. And half of the chances to win are in that zip code. And for Monday's drawing, it's 19126. So if you live in 19126, you have a much higher chance of winning. Now, everybody has a chance of winning. Half the chances are spread out across the city. But we're trying to really get those lower vax zip codes up to join the rest of the city.
Interesting idea. Hey, have you noticed, because our stadiums are now full, and has there been, and Alex may have asked this, has there been an uptick in cases of COVID or no?
No, the rolling average is 33 cases a day, which is the lowest we've been since the beginning.
Wow.
It is. I mean, really, when I say be happy right now, we want to take that action. We want to get vaccinated because we can see this Delta variant on the horizon. We want to make sure everybody's safe. But right now, things are good in Philadelphia.
Yeah. Isn't it a beautiful morning? I can see the sun shining into your office there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's a great time. And what I want to stress is not that people should panic, because we have something in our hands right now that can beat back Delta. And that's the vaccine. Yeah. It's just that, some people have been waiting. They wanted a little bit more data. They wanted to see what happened. We have lots and lots of data now. These vaccines are very safe and they work against Delta. But it takes until 2 weeks after your last dose to be fully vaccinated. Okay. And, guesstimating that this thing will probably be really here, the majority of cases by mid to late July. Mm-hmm. So this is the time.
All right. Doctor, thank you. Have a great weekend.
Yes, thank you.
You too. Thanks very much.
Okay.